Straight ahead on OC News, rioting in Baltimore is still escalating.
Cal State Fullerton students' newspaper fires back at the Public Affairs Office.
And she's a college senior. Many of you might recognize her face as just another student here at Cal State Fullerton. But what you don't know is she's about to set the professional golf world on fire. OC News starts right now.
Welcome to another edition of OC News. I'm Kelsey Culver.
And I'm Krista O'Donnell. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast students here at Cal State Fullerton.
We have breaking news tonight from Baltimore. A state of emergency has been called for the Baltimore area. Riots there have turned violent. What began as a protest has now left 15 police officers injured. Hundreds of violent protesters are clashing with police. The National Guard has been sent to stop the mayhem. The governor has issued a citywide curfew starting Tuesday night. Everyone will need to be inside between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. The day began with the funeral for Freddie Gray, who died in Baltimore after suffering. Here is the story from CNN.
The streets of Baltimore, Maryland didn't stay quiet Saturday. A day of peaceful demonstrations erupted in violence. Angry agitators destroyed several police cars, smashing in windows, slashing tires, and making off with some of the contents. Merchandise is scattered on the floor of this 7-Eleven, all evidence of looting. Shards of shattered glass are all that remain of other downtown storefronts. Despite all the violence, Police Commissioner Anthony Batts praised the residents of Baltimore in a late-night press conference.
I'm very proud of the residents of Baltimore, taking pride in our city and making sure our city is safe, putting themselves between agitating individuals that were causing harm here. That was our residents, that's our city.
We gonna fight for Freddie Gray!
At least a dozen protesters were pulled from the crowd and taken away. Commissioner Batts says the violence was caused by a small group of agitators.
I am to a degree disappointed. We worked very hard to allow people to do the protest. The vast majority of residents out here today did a good job. It's just a small number of people that felt that they had to turn this into an ugly event, an ugly day. For the most part, people did what they were supposed to do.
The skirmishes followed the largest demonstration since the death of Freddie Gray 1 week ago. The 25-year-old suffered a fatal spine injury while in the custody of Baltimore PD. Gray's death is triggering a slew of questions and outrage, but his family continues asking for peace.
My family want to say, can y'all please stop the violence? Freddie Gray would not want this. Freddie's father and mother does not want no violence. Violence does not get justice. Thank you.
Polo Sandoval, CNN, Baltimore, Maryland.
The Los Angeles Police Department has issued a blue alert ordering officers to ride in pairs for their safety after a credible threat was made in Baltimore against all law enforcement officers. While the funeral for Freddie Gray was underway, Baltimore police said in a news release that the department had received a credible threat, that 3 notoriously violent gangs, including the Black Guerrilla family, Bloods and Crips, are now working together to take out law enforcement officers. Gray's death has heightened tensions between residents and the police, with protests turning violent. Police say at least 7 officers have been injured. Captain Eric Kowalczyk said 1 officer is unresponsive and others have broken bones after people threw bricks, rocks, and other items at police.
The Senate supports the Daily Titan in regards to CSUF media officials' difficult responses to the reporters. Tawny has an update with the Daily Titan editor.
I'm standing in front of the Daily Titan office to find out what Samuel Mountjoy has to say about the Academic Senate resolution supporting transparency at Cal State Fullerton. Let's go find out.
The Academic Senate met Thursday. The Academic Senate, if you're not aware, is they're a big legislative body on campus. They handle a lot of university policy statements, resolutions. They're the faculty representatives. They also do a lot on behalf of the students. They brought up our editorial that we had ran that morning and said, this is a very important issue to us. We need to do something about this. We need to weigh in. We need to give our support to the Daily Titan, which is the eyes and ears of the students. It was passed unanimously. Everyone, a few people brought up that there should be a need for transparency on a greater level throughout the university for faculty looking to get information from the university.
And that's all we have with the Daily Titan. Back to you guys in the studio.
California State University Fullerton is committed to the community, and this is why it has created a partnership with local schools to give graduating seniors the tools to succeed. Janet Esparza has the story.
As part of their commitment to students, every Wednesday, Gear Up organizes field trips to California State University Fullerton in order to expose high school students to college life.
We're not just like, oh, let me help you with your homework. We're really like comprehensive in the way that we try to connect with our students.
The Gear Up program, the students receive a campus tour. They attend student panels and workshops that teaches them about financial aid, choosing the right major, stress management, and staying involved. Gear Up does not only provide that physical exposure to college, but also
it provides them with the opportunity to obtain the resources, or not just even obtain them, but to know where to go for resources and train them on how to get these resources.
The students who are admitted into the program get guaranteed admission into the university. Currently, the program has approximately 3,000 students benefiting from it. It ensures the students' success by providing them academic support in high school. It also pairs them up with a mentor once they get admitted into college.
Through its partnership with Gear Up, California State University Fullerton is helping local high schools motivate its high school seniors to attend college. This is Janet Esparza for OC News.
And coming up after the break, we've got a behind-the-scenes look at the Newport Beach Film Festival you won't want to miss.
And a weekend weather forecast that you may confuse for summer. This and more when we return.
It's what powers our journey to reach unimaginable heights. It fosters a sense of yearning to create, explore, and soar. It strengthens our will to climb to the top. It's the bedrock of our conviction that nothing's impossible. It transforms us and sets us free to thrive and build lives of purpose. Titan pride is at the heart of who we are.
Titan TV is a student-operated facility maintained by students.
It's on the Cal State Fullerton campus, and it's a great opportunity for Cal State Fullerton students to get hands-on experience directly in a studio environment.
Working with Titan TV puts me in this professional environment. Everyone here is really fun to work with, and everyone just gets along so well. I'm having a great time.
Seal Beach is known as a small, quiet beach community located in Orange County. This quiet community came alive this past weekend for the 28th annual Seal Beach Car Show. Matt Hogarth tells us why they had one of the best turnouts they've ever had in years.
The 28th annual Seal Beach Car Show did not disappoint this year. The turnout was one of the largest that the show has ever had. This may be due in part to the latest feature the show has added. This year, the car show included with it the likes of a first annual motorcycle show. The car show had all types of things going on, from live bands playing at different areas to the dozens of food and fashion shops that line throughout Main Street. The biggest reason people come to the show is to check out all of the varieties of vintage cars. The cars can be seen lined up all the way down Main Street and even beyond that. You could tell that this was a social event for people to come out and show off their cars, have drinks, and swap stories with old friends, as well as the new ones they had made.
The show's cool. I mean, I like coming here every year with my dad, just my family can come around, check out all the cars, there's some good food. It's just a fun experience going around and checking everything out.
As the rain came down harder, people began to take cover in the numerous shops.
We're at the 28th annual Seal Beach Car Show, where, as you can see, it's been raining. That has not stopped this mass of people from coming out here to show up for
The show did have its setbacks. The rain began to come down around 2 o'clock. Luckily, by this time, the show was starting to wrap up. This is Matt Hogarth, OC News.
OC News reporter Kimberly O'Neill had the chance to meet with directors, writers, and producers at the Newport Beach Film Festival this past weekend, along with the latest from Russell Crowe's Dictorial.
OC News is on the red carpet at the 16th Annual Newport Beach Film Festival, where Russell Crowe's first directorial film, The Water Diviner, will be presented. The Water Diviner is about an Australian farmer that travels to Turkey to find his 3 missing sons. As he travels through Turkey, he must make his way across the war-ranged landscape in hopes of finding his sons.
Nothing there but ghosts.
Surely you were told this is a restricted zone. No, it's not safe. I'm sorry, but you can't stay.
Maybe we could help him.
You know what the chances of finding his boys are.
He's the only father who came looking.
Scott Ilrich premieres his film, Pearly Whites, as a first-time director, writer, and producer.
It is amazing. It's the first time ever making a movie, even in this industry at all. What a great experience. And I got very, very lucky. I don't even know how, but I got an amazing cast. Scott Grimes, who's very big, he's done a lot of things. And Uzo Abduba, who is Crazy Eyes in Orange is the New Black, Emmy Award winning in her feature film. This is her first feature film. She sings in it. She's amazing. I directed a gentleman named Peter Bogdanovich, who is legendary in this industry.
Lynn Cohen stars in All in Time, and she explains what the film is about.
It's a wonderful film, and I think it's unique. And it's about time traveling, and it's about a young man that has to decide which way to take in life. What I love about it is because I think everybody faces this. You know, if you take that road, maybe you'll go there. Maybe you really want to take this road. And that's what it's a lot about, taking the road you want to, and the people along the way that help him and don't help him.
Every year, the film festival features new directors from around the world, and this year will not disappoint. So come on out and support these new talented filmmakers. In Newport Beach, Kimberly O'Neill, OC News.
And while it was a warm one today, let's go to Alicia Machuca with weather to see how this week turns out.
Thanks, Krista. Well, it was definitely a hot day today, which is a big change from the rainy and windy weather we had this past weekend. Let's take a look at the current temperatures we have here in Fullerton, with temperatures being at 85 with a low of 58, winds traveling at about 9 miles per hour, and humidity at 15%, and the sun won't set till about 7:32 p.m. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. It's going to be scorching hot this week. It was 85, with Tuesday being at 91, Wednesday at 93, Thursday mostly sunny, and Friday is going to be at 84. And it's definitely going to cool down, like I said, at 84 degrees. So you can definitely enjoy the Pacquiao versus Mayweather fight on Saturday and have a barbecue outside. Now let's take a look at the national forecast. So as you can see, we've seen a cooling on the north side, with New York being at, Chicago being at 49, and also the other degrees being at the high 50s, and also at the bottom portion where Miami, Florida is located, it's going to be in the mid 70s, high 60s. So it's definitely going to be nice temperatures throughout not only California, but throughout the East Coast. So now let's take it back to you guys.
Villages near Nepal's earthquake epicenter are desperate as the death tolls hit 3,800. Kimberly O'Neill has the latest on the natural disaster that hit over the weekend.
Thanks, Kelsey. Nepal was hit with a 7.8 earthquake Saturday afternoon. At the moment, the body count has reached 3,800 and injuries are in the 7,000s. Nepal hasn't had a natural disaster since 1935, and aid has been provided by China, India, UK, and the United States. Nepal said that it's in dire need of blankets, helicopters, doctors, and drivers. An Army spokesperson told the Associated Press that 90% of the country's troops are taking part in the earthquake effect. CNN will be doing a documentary series on the 100th year of the Armenian genocide. 1.5 million Armenians were killed by Turks in 1915. It's a heavy dispute It's a heavy dispute position. The killings are widely viewed by scholars as genocide, and the Armenian government and diaspora are lobbying for wider recognition in the international community. That's all on Nepal and the world. Back to you, Kelsey and Krista.
Corinthian Colleges, Inc. is closing more than 12 of its remaining campuses, affecting more than 10,000 California students after years of government investigations. The nation's largest for-profit college chain promised students a higher-paying job after graduation, but is failing to keep its promise. Now, in the middle of the semester, those who were graduating are now in a serious challenge to try to find another school that will accept them right before graduation. The closure was announced Sunday with little to no notice to employees and students, despite that it had been expected for months.
And here with the inspirational story about Tony McNeil and his journey to overcome the limitations of autism is Alicia Machuca.
Currently, 1 in 68 children will be diagnosed with some form of autism spectrum disorder in the United States. But that doesn't mean that they can't lead full, productive, and fulfilling lives as contributing members of our society. Tony McNeil is 18 years old. He's about to graduate high school, and he's faced all of the challenges and tribulations and joys and successes that you and I have. Oh, and he has autism, but that doesn't define him. Who he is as a person does.
So Tony is like the big brother of the center.
He has a lot of enthusiasm. He never says, I can't do this. He never tells me that it's too heavy for him. He's always willing to try.
Tony enjoys a lot of the same things that you and I do, and he's just as active as we are. In fact, he's probably more active than a lot of us are.
He does taekwondo. He works out at LA Fitness. He swims twice a week.
I like spellings, math, reading. But reading is boring for me.
And despite the challenges that he's had to overcome, Tony's future is a bright one, filled with aspirations of attending college and a possible career in accounting.
About to graduate high school with a certificate. And he plans on going to a local junior college. And eventually he would like to do some type of AA program in accounting.
I'm very proud of him. I think he's worked very hard and he's come a long way.
Luckily for Tony and others like him, there are centers and nonprofit organizations that are there to help him develop so they can reach those dreams and fulfill his potential. The Autism Society is a nonprofit organization filled with volunteers in Greater Long Beach, San Gabriel Valley, and Orange County, where individuals with autism and their families are offered social and empowerment programs such as the event Gamers with Autism, held here every Friday night.
Definitely we don't want people to, we're not here, like I said, to cure them. We want them to be themselves. They're autistic. That's, who they should be the best version of that. They shouldn't have to change who they are. And then we promote a lot of, acceptance and people having knowledge. They can come here. It's like their home.
But the biggest effect that Tony could have and the greatest advice that his loved ones could give is not for him, but for us, on how we view, treat, and respect those who have autism.
There isn't a lot of difference. Inside he's still a kid, he's still a teenager. Right now he doesn't believe anything I tell him, just like a regular teenager. And he doesn't want to be seen out in the community with his friends, with dad hanging around. So, that's just, besides, the issues that he has, he's really just another kid out in the street.
I think it has affected everybody a little bit different, but me personally, helped me to grow, helped me to be more understanding, and teach me to think outside the box. It had helped me to see the different doesn't mean that you're not capable, just mean you need a different strategies to be able to achieve the same thing in life.
Reporting for OC News, I'm Alicia Machuca.
The NBA playoffs take the court by storm and golf is in full swing.
And cell phone addiction is on the rise. More coming up after the break.
Am I
women's rugby team hopes to make a statement.
This study abroad program includes a 4-day trip to Rome.
Welcome to Cal State Fullerton Report.
OC News starts right now.
President Obama.
Titan Radio is Cal State Fullerton's own radio station located in the basement of Pollock Library. Students can stop by and pick up an application during operating hours. Anyone who has a computer and internet can listen to us www.titanradio.org. A lot of people who want to pursue TV and film usually start out in radio, so it's always a great opportunity.
Titan golfer Tisha Abrea is here in the studio with us to talk about her rise to the big leagues.
That's right, Kelsey. I'm sitting here with our top collegiate golfer for Cal State Fullerton, Tisha Abrea. Thank you so much, Tisha, for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem.
So I hear you're quite the golfer. Can you tell me about this past season?
This past season was actually a little rough. Golf is actually a fall and spring season, and the fall season I did pretty well. I actually played one of the best golf games that I ever had. And then this past spring, I actually just ended last week. I flew back from Sacramento, and it didn't go too well, unfortunately. Honestly, I actually finished dead last, but you know what, that stuff kind of happens, and I had a really good run in the fall, and it kind of got rough in the spring, and you know, as a career, it'll always be up and down, so I'm still hoping for the best.
So even though this past season was a little bit rough for you, I see here that you still walked away with one of the collegiate wins.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah.
And then you're a scholar athlete of all 4 years. So you've been
Right.
playing for Cal State Fullerton for 4 years.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a greatness in itself.
Yeah.
You have 2 honorable mentions, second team All Big West title, Athlete of the Month in 2013.
Right.
Buffalo Wild Wings Athlete of the Month or Athlete of the Week in
Yeah.
2014.
Mhm.
And the first team to win the All Big West.
Mhm.
And then I still think that you left here leaving a mark at Cal State Fullerton. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I mean, you never really sit and think about all your accomplishments, and now that it's kind of winding down, the season has ended. I guess now that when you think about it, you know, it's all been great, and I really do hope that I left a mark here at Cal State Fullerton. I know that my coach always says that she took a leap of faith bringing me onto the team, and I as well took a leap of faith coming onto this team because this wasn't my first choice from the beginning, and I really do strongly believe that I've done something, and I really hope that the incoming players would think so too.
No, I think that you're definitely going to be an idol for them coming on.
Hopefully, we'll see.
So this is your last year, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So what do you have planned for that then?
Well, I'm going to graduate very soon, and so the plan is to go professional. I've been doing this for a really long time. I've been golfing since I was 3, competing since I was 7, and I'm 21 now. And it would suck completely if I don't go out there and, you know, live my dream. So the idea is to go professional. It's such a big word, and it's really scary to say, but that's really what I'm going to do.
Just by seeing you on paper, I definitely think that you're going to make it. You're going to do so great.
Thank you.
How do you go about becoming a professional golfer?
So golf is a little different. So as soon as I graduate, I intend on declaring myself as a professional. And as soon as I say the words, then that's what I am. But as you begin as a professional, you start as a first level professional. Every single year, every August, there is something called Q School, qualifying school, and that's for LPGA, which is the ladies' women's golf professional unit. And so there's 3 stages once you go to qualifying school. Each stage has 4 rounds of golf, so it's kind of like a boot camp for golf. And the more stages that you surpass, the higher the level professional you are. Just kind of like in baseball, there's like AA's, AAA's, minor leagues, majors. There's technically 3 levels for professional golf for both men and women. And so as soon as I declare myself professional in the summer, I will already be kind of like, let's say, a minor league professional. And then when August comes about, then hopefully I will make it past first, second, or third stage, and hopefully I'll get to be, you know, one of those professionals that you'll see on TV one day. That's ultimately the goal. So
I definitely think you could do it. 17 years behind you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, something like that.
Tisha, thank you so much for coming.
No,
on the
not
show
a problem.
Today. There you have it, you guys. Be on the look for your Tisha in the professional golf, and be sure to wish her good luck.
Is one of your pet peeves having your friends be on their phone while you're talking to them? Maribel has some insight on cell phone addiction.
Is there such a thing as cell phone addiction? To no one's surprise, there is. Studies have shown that the average user checks their phone 150 times a day, even when it is not ringing or buzzing. Cell phones are taking priority over many things. It is worse within the younger generations. Cell phones are hurting their social skills. They prefer communication through the phones than verbal communication. Most people claim that they are not addicted to their phone and that they could leave them cold turkey. But why is it that even when we are walking and we are not using the phone, we still have it in our hands? Well, that is one of the 4 signs that show cell phone addiction. Carrying your phone everywhere, even to the bathroom. Panicking when you've misplaced your phone, going to sleep and waking up looking at your phone, and being on your phone even during social situations are all signs of cell phone addiction. Let's not forget about some old-fashioned fun like going to the park with a group of friends and having a picnic or playing sports.
It can wait. Checking your phone once a minute can wait. Don't miss out on a great opportunity to spend quality time without technology. Reporting for OC News, this is Maribel Marquez.
It's funny, that almost sounds familiar.
Hey, I don't do that as much anymore, all right? I've gotten better about it.
A little bit, I don't know.
I've gotten better.
It's true.
Anyway, with an exciting weekend out in the court, Daniel Montanez has the latest on the NBA playoffs.
Thank you, Krista. The Cavs will take on the Celtics to try and complete a sweep in Boston this weekend. And let's go ahead and watch underneath the basket on the missed shot. The Cavaliers' Kevin Love and the Celtics' Kelly Olynyk get tied up, and Olynyk appears to pull Kevin Love's shoulder, injuring the Cavs star forward, sending him straight to the locker room. And on the following play, Kyrie Irving pulls up from behind the arc and buries the 3, giving the Cavs a double-digit lead. And in the second, Kyrie Irving, with the fancy footwork with the Euro step, drains a floater in the key. And to end the game, the Cavs look forward to James, where he will just put the game away with a drive into the lane and a tough shot with 3 defenders in his face. The Cavs will go on to finish the game and complete a sweep in Boston, waiting for the next round where they will contend with either the Bucks or the Chicago Bulls. They're waiting for that series to complete. And you can see on the bracket that you see is on the Eastern Conference, where there are many games to be finished before the playoffs continue. And in the West, Chris Paul and the Clippers look forward to tying the series at 2 against the Spurs. And Chris Paul, with the fancy footwork, drives it to the lane with a teardrop and finishes, and he expects a foul, but he did not get what he wanted. And later on in the game, Austin Rivers, who had a great career game, drives it to the lane, finishes at the rim with the foul, and the Clippers will go on to finish the game with a 117-102 win. And you see the Western Conference Finals, the Western Conference playoff bracket there. As you can see, the Golden State Warriors are the only team who have advanced to the second round as of now. And that is all we have for your NBA update. And back to you guys.
That's all we have for you today on OC News.
Yeah. And make sure to tune in again this Wednesday. Have a great night, Titans.